news. Shall we start with Lizzo?
Yeah, we got to talk about Lizzo.
This fucking bitch. I am really pissed.
I didn't want to go
honestly.
straight there, you know. I kind of
No,
wanted to
I'm
play
pissed.
the
I will say it.
when I
I'm
did my
saying it.
first video, I wanted to do the little unbiased stance, you know.
Well, you got your piece out of the way, and now let me speak as a fatty. I'm so fucking pissed at you, Lizzo. I can't believe that you betrayed the movement this way. You know how much she left herself open, wide the fuck open for fat shaming on like a wide platform, and now these fuckers are gonna treat this as an opportunity to shit on all of the body positivity movement.
Yeah. Well,
so
you know,
pissed.
when somebody's whole mission is about opening a platform for fat women and opening a platform for plus size women, and the very thing that you're fighting for comes out against you, it's like, how hypocritical are you? There's literally no credit to your name. It doesn't matter if you're a great singer or a great songwriter or a great performer at this point. I mean, you've betrayed your fans and your mission, you know, at this point. Now, the question is whether the allegations are true or false. You know, in a court of law, you're innocent until proven guilty. But the question is, will you listen to Lizzo's music again? Will you ever buy a CD of hers again? Will you ever go to a concert of hers again? You know?
First of all,
Yeah.
absolutely not. And I will say that I respected Lizzo and the movement and everything. I made it to the final round of casting to be a big girl. Little known Fawxy fact for you guys.
Whoa.
I
Damn,
did.
son, where'd you
I did.
find
They
this?
ghosted. They ghosted me after I did all of the routine and everything. Maybe it's just because I'm not a good dancer. They asked for models though. Okay, so what pisses me off is that I barely consumed her, but I supported her. Now I'm definitely not going to consume her music. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen the TikTok where they're breaking down her lyrics, and she literally like was talking about like in the rumors song about how all the rumors are true and all of that. And there's a lyric that says like talking shit about like NDAs and stuff, and it directly applies to the situation. Also, Lizzo had talked about the banana situation prior on social media.
Can you
Like,
explain a bit about the banana situation?
I sure can. So apparently they were in Amsterdam and they went to the red light district. So they were going to basically like a sex club, and it was like a burlesque kind of style. But obviously we know in Amsterdam and like the red light district that it's very sexually free. And so she basically would back these women into these situations where if they weren't participating, she would blacklist them out of the group and like bully them or like fire them, things like that. And so you had to be involved to be able to get the opportunities. So she brought them all to this place. And essentially, what had happened was I think the place is called Bananas, actually. And so I think the thing is that these chicks are like doing things inside of themselves with bananas. And so she pressured the dancers to eat bananas out of the salacious ladies' banana parts.
Well, I didn't know that graphic detail came out,
Yeah.
but I think, hey Paisley, I think that Lizzo just again doesn't realize, you know, the line between fun and the fact
And
that you are these
professional.
and professionalism and the
And I
fact that you
found
are
my
these people's employer.
yeah, and I found myself thinking of me being in the same situation if I was given this platform that Lizzo was. You know, that sometimes I think like being like real. I think it's hard when you're actually enjoying what you're doing and like you have like a bond with the people that you're working with to like separate the hey wait I have to be professional, but also have fun and that balance. And I was thinking in my situation like man I would really hope that I wouldn't rub people the wrong way with like my freedom and like of expression and just how I'm like down as hell for things. So I couldn't help but to put myself in her position and I will empathize over that is that, you know, they do say that she had a hard time finding that fine line. And I think that that would be hard for a lot of people.
Right. One thing I did want to bring up in particular, and forgive me if I'm, you know, going there, but suppose, let me flip it like this. If you were Chris Brown's backup dancer, if you're Mariah Carey's backup dancer, if you're Ariana Grande's backup dancer, and you gain weight, is that a deal breaker?
So I think in a situation where it's not outwardly body positive, because we already know of the toxicity that comes in the entertainment industry, but Lizzo was,
What's up,
you know,
Thickabill?
she was supplying a safe place for these women. that they were like, oh my God, I've been disadvantaged as like a model or a dancer, and I have this platform, and this is huge. This is like my everything that I've ever dreamed of. And it was supposed to be an inclusive place. And she then body
There you go.
shamed when, Lizzo, listen, yeah, she can fucking move and she could play a flute and she could dance and she's a big motherfucking lady. But listen, like, she doesn't have any right to fat shame anybody. And I'm sure her weight has fluctuated throughout her years too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can fluctuate
And
20 pounds in a month.
in either way, it was just like extremely unprofessional the way she probably went about it.
I'm really mad at her because I'm not with the body shaming shit, and it pisses me the fuck
Yeah.
off.
That
Like,
this is from, this is almost like Martin Luther King coming out as anti-black.
yeah, I mean, honestly.
Yeah, or Obama coming out as anti-black at this point. But it contradicts the movement so much, because when you have, somebody who is like the pop culture face of this, like the probably the most famous person for in the body positivity movement, um, one of them who is more famous than Lizzo in the body positivity movement.
Nobody. And here's the thing: is that's actually been a conversation in my household over the past couple of days, is the fact that why, when they give body positive, or even not body positive, just like big people, a platform, why does it seem like they cherry pick the worst fucking people to represent for us? Give me a platform, guys. I'm nice.
This is a platform. Beatbox to the moon.
Yeah, we'll be nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'm, very disappointed in Lizzo as much as the next, and I really want those victims to, get justice and find jobs. I believe there was a lot of talent amongst that camp, who were her backup dancers and who were on her documentary Big Girls. But I also know that, Lizzo kind of seems like the woman who would act out of insecurity, and if she recognized talent, she would, kind of bully them away from it. If they're not going to be her puppet, she would suppress them.
Well, and I think that a lot of times that people that are bigger, they often are sometimes the worst at perpetuating fat phobia.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've even fallen victim
Yeah.
to it. I mean, like,
No,
listen, I
I
grew
know
up in
that.
the early 2000s, and fat phobia was just interwoven within our society. And so, for a lot of us, we grew up just like internalizing that shit and hating other fat people for existing. And it's really toxic in the community. And I think that it should be more openly spoke about, is the fat phobia between fat people. Also, when like people get like gastric bypass or like surgery, things like that, I oftentimes find that those people start bullying fat people. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is wild to think about, but yeah, I've been around overweight people who fat shame like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you just don't expect that for a so-called advocate for this, let alone the biggest advocate for this. So it's really a blow to the body positive community, because it just looks like, the what's the word, self-proclaimed president of this, is a major hypocrite.
Yeah, and it really is just a slap in the face, because she was our show pony. Like,
Yeah.
she was doing
And
people like fat people unhealthy,
in the statement she released, she didn't even address the fat shaming.
no accountability.
Yeah, no, she's like, that it's just flat out not true. And
Damn
you know what?
right.
If everything was fine, if everything was hunky dory, they'd be like right back there with her backup dancing.
It's the beatbox, baby.